Welcome everybody to democrazy. Uh, as much as I want to touch upon the floods, first and foremost, yeah, he where's fuck Diddy? Fuck him.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna let's talk about that. Yes, because he was acquitted on the
We was
trafficking,
put on the RICO and the
that's
sex
yeah.
trafficking,
Uh,
the more serious charges on there, and he was really only counted on 2 counts of paying people for prostitution across state lines, or something like that. So it's like I know each of those counts can go to a max of 10 years. That's not going to happen
No.
because he's already served time. At most, you're probably going to look like they're going to combine it. Probably going to give it like a 5, maybe 6 years. And then with time served, I think he's already been there a year. And then because it's a federal crime, I think they have to serve like 80% before he gets good behavior. He's only going to serve maybe like a year or two,
mhm.
probably. In this
And even
shit.
then, they'll probably still talk it up to house arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Usually, if you're wealthy and you're a public image like that, that's the first thing they're going to throw out there is, oh no, you can't throw me in there because what if it ends like Epstein? Because people know me and people are after me. And they'll probably grant it and let him be at home with like a bracelet or anklet or whatever.
Well, definitely. Also, because since Trump already pulled out that he's like thinking about maybe pardoning him, even if he just joined it out there, Diddy literally could probably pay him another $1 million, and he'll just say it again, and then the prosecution or the Department of Corrections just be like, you know, he might get off completely free with pardon if we at least put him on house arrest and probation on the shit. We can at least be like, hey, he could have got off with nothing. Now at least he has this probation shit, which doesn't mean shit for rich people.
Awkwardly enough, after all this, I'm not interested in Diddy and all that. I want to see what 50 Cent do. Because he had been waiting for this moment, had the documentaries, had everything, pulling everybody from the shadows to expose. And then he's still being acquitted. So what's 50 finna do?
Yeah, honestly,
he just gave up. So what's the next step?
I mean, I would do the same because I was telling my coworkers the other day. It's like, you know, like Diddy really anything that came out about Diddy, like other than details, most people who know about Diddy already knew this shit about Diddy. The only thing that really ruined shit was people's images of all the victims that come out to testify. Like it's like if I was Cassie, I'd be like, bro, you only got $30 million. I know that video of you getting beat already came out and like shit. But what else did you get? Besides $30 million, you just got more humiliated. Basically, everyone started looking at you as more of the perpetrator or doing a lot of this freaky shit, even though, yeah, abusive culture is different, all that shit. You also have 50 Cent's baby mama, Joy, come out, and she got exposed. You got all these other prostitutes got exposed. Like, honestly, it doesn't seem really worth it after this outcome, right? Like,
You think that, but the problem being is people that run on petty don't run the same. I can know that because when I'm petty, oh yeah, normal means I would normally give up. But if I'm being petty, oh no, I'll go to the hospital to fuck you up. I don't care. I do not. We will both go down, but my justice will be enacted. So that is, I'm quite sure that's where 50's at this point. It's like, oh, he got away. I'm gonna get you. Just wait.
well, the thing is, his like he could easily come up with a new documentary or whatever and expose more of his stuff on there. He could also work with other states because this was kind of a state in New York. He could get in charge of other states that he knows his ass has been in if he just con some of those people into bringing up this prosecution, even if it looks like it's a witch hunt.
You know, like Kendrick can drop a whole album.
Yeah, he can easily do that. He can come out of retirement.
Pretty well for Drake, so
yeah. If he comes out of retirement, he just gets the right people with the beat because he still has the thing about 50 Cent's rap is that he was always nasal and shit. He's like old man Game on the basketball court. His shit's still gonna be
it ain't
there.
like he was rapping at Busta Rhymes speed.
Exactly. So it's not
like he's gonna break himself trying to go back to his old rap.
Yeah. He just needs to get a hot new beat producer or a well-known beat producer and produce some nice beats, and he can totally just kill Diddy because Diddy's not. Even though he's a producer, he's not a great rapper at all. They're both not great rappers.
No,
stop it.
No, most of the time, even if there was a rap song he was on that I was listening for Mace. I was listening for somebody else. Diddy was just more like the hype person in the video.
Diddy's a bad rapper. Get out of here. I don't believe. Listen, motherfucker. Look, everybody. Look, people. If you think Diddy's a good rapper, get the fuck out of here. Okay, the guy's been riding on a free. Guy's been having a free ride just because he said because he knew B.I.G. That's it. That's it. His music sucks. His music's always fucking sucked. Just because he made some lucky investments doesn't mean and like stupid booze doesn't mean like you could just say like, oh, Diddy's no, he's not. He really isn't. He's just he's a prick. He's
totally bad on there. It's like everything going fair. It's like literally a guy like we're about to in the project. And it's like, bro, we just need to have one line from you, and it says that okay, cool, we got it. Let's just roll with it. Because they don't fucking care. Because everything else is great. Like this doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter whatever Diddy says on these highly produced shit. Because yeah, like you said, he had Mace. He had a lot of other up and coming rappers on his shit. So like, hey, 10 seconds of Diddy, whatever. We got the rest of this shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
you were usually tuning in for whoever it was that he was pushing out to you at the time. Because like when he was in the whole making different bands, I probably tuned in more just to see like, oh, who's this new band? Who's I wasn't like, oh, did he train them well? He did this. I was just like, who are these people? I'm just curious.
The only time I ever watched Making the Band was obviously when Dave Chappelle did it, and I was sad, shocked, and appalled. And I'm gonna say it, I'm a little mad at my man Chappelle. I wanted him in that courtroom. I wanted him in that courtroom, dressed up as Diddy, going and doing his little jig, just to rub that fucking idiot's nose in it. Just him and his dolphin teeth. Nigga's got dolphin teeth.
I mean, I think that would have been great, is because you know that the defense didn't put Diddy on. Would have been funny. It would have been funny as hell if the defense would have been asked to honor. Your Honor, for some obvious reason, we won't put our client Diddy on there, but we would like to put a representation on the stand for him. And then Dave Chappelle shows up as Diddy.
Oh, the only way it would be even better is if Charlie Murphy was still alive and did it himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my God, Charlie Murphy was there.
That would be. I'm sorry, I would not miss the courtroom that day. I'm calling into work. I'm gonna sit there and watch because that's gonna. He gonna say some shit.
And what his testimony is, Charlie Murphy's real testimony, and then I was out there with this shirt.
I mean, that's in the same tier as if you suddenly got a chance to be like, "Hey, do you want to hear the unfiltered, pure opinion of Paul Moody about racism?" Yeah, no, take time out your day.
Yes.
It's worth it.
Yes.
It's totally worth it.
I watched Paul Moody in San Francisco. It was weird because I was with my mom and my aunt, and they were taken aback of like how, let's say, freedomish losing of the N-word he was in his stand-up. And I didn't care because I already knew him from the Chappelle show. And this guy's great in person.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
The man worked with Richard Pryor. I mean, like,
He did not give a fuck.
Which in the way he does the show, you can tell. You still,
He didn't give a fuck.
it's not like it's him, it's not Richard himself, but you get that same vibe where you're like, okay.
Like, I could tell, you can tell that some of his kids that producers probably told him, like, maybe to tone this shit down, and he just went hard the other way and didn't care. Like,
Once you're on stage, there's nothing they can do about it except cut the show. And that's going to cause more issues if the audience likes it. So once you get out there, whatever your jokes are, they kind of have to be like, well, let them roll. See how it go.
See how it goes. That being said, even with the, I'm gonna move on because
there's a lot to move on.
Yeah.
Which way you can move on to either Alcatraz or
it's either the big beautiful bitch bill or the fucking floods. Really, that's like that's. I'll do the big beautiful bitch bill because like that one fucking idiot Republicans are like, yeah, I'm happy because over 14 million children were about to lose their free lunches, and I'm just
that dumbass.
Oh, from Ohio, or I think it was, or someplace, and he put yes, and then he took that shit down. Like he doesn't read that shit.
The hilarious thing to me lately is all these congressmen and statesmen and stuff that are posting, but then deleting it. And it's like, you realize everybody saw it first, right? It's not like YouTube. You didn't put it over in the queue to be edited and we just happened to be like, oh, look, it's unlisted. Like, no, you posted it. We all saw it. And then you're deleting it like no one screenshots on the fucking internet.
And it's not even just that. It's on the Wayback Machine. You just go to the Wayback Machine. Fucking see that shit. Yeah.
When you go the way back, and the thing is, like, you have some of them who said, like, even MTG is like, oh, I didn't read this, but it got forward. Or it's like Lisa Murkowski was like, yeah, I know it's bad, but I just hope that someone else will kill it. Bitch, you had the chance to kill it. You had it on his throat. You could have killed it. Oh, no, I think someone else could take her. Goddamn dumb white bitch.
There's a guy I watch on YouTube, and I had because when you brought her up, it made me have a whole flashback for a moment. Because he was talking about Lisa Murkowski. And because of the way she puts her mouth, he refers to her as having the ghoul grill. And so the moment you said that, that's the first thing that popped in my head was ghoul grill. And I was like, oh, I was trying not to bust out laughing.
Oh my god.
Because what she shows is true. Every time you shock her with something, her bottom lip kind of goes out, and then you see all the bottom teeth go up that don't match any of the top ones. And you're just like, ugh, yeah. Your girl, close your mouth. Just close it.
Like, my God, like, when I see her picture where she always has that face on, it's always like, bitch, if Frieza was a woman in real life,
if Frieza was real life, it'd be fucking Lindsey Graham.
Actually, yes. Yeah, I agree with that. Is it because did Lindsey Graham get fat?
I mean, wasn't he always fat? I mean, he wasn't huge, but I mean, he's not exactly like ballerina-esque.
But like, when he was walking and all those people were calling him a traitor during the insurrection, which
yeah, literally, it was like 1 hour of his time, and he already caved. Like 1 hour. It wasn't even an hour. Like it was like
that is the essence of Graham, right there.
He gives it up so easily, and it's like he's so afraid of everyone thinking that he might be gay that he won't. But the thing is, everyone thinks he's gay. Who cares? Everyone knows you're gay. Just like Tim Scott, bro. You didn't have to try to fake marry this whole other wife. We all knew. Like, what are you doing?
Tim Scott got problems anyway, because I can't with him.
Honestly, I think Tim Scott and fucking Lindsey Graham should just get together. That'd be easy. Just be a power couple.
I don't even think they could stand each other.
Exactly. And that's what marriage is for.
Lindsey all the time, and Lindsey's just gonna run around being like, "I don't believe you," slamming doors.
I did have a fanfic where Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell were an item, and Mitch McConnell proudly proclaims like, he called me Meteor Mitch, and I call him Luscious Lindsay.
Ew.
Dude, I think a better couple would have been, okay, Lindsey Graham with that Todd Chrisley, and their secret dirt lover is Tim Scott.
Okay. Ew. As much as I You know what? No, I'm not gonna trim this because, like, in all honesty, if any of you voted for Trump, and now you're losing your health care or Medicaid, guess what? You got what you voted for. Let's keep going with this Lindsey Graham gay scenario. I mean, like, because I could honestly, like, with Rick Scott, like, I could see Lindsey Graham licking Rick Scott's bald head because I want to see
Oh,
it shine.
I kind of don't want to see that because it's.
Rick
Because that
Scott,
requires me to look at Rick Scott's face.
Exactly.
Uh,
And you
Rick
know,
Scott looks like the aborted child that didn't get it fully aborted, and then that's why Lindsey Graham pays special attention to him.
Rick Scott answers the question that if you actually got the snakes off of Medusa, would you still turn to stone?
wow.
Rick Scott looks like the guy who fucking tried to find the part out for Voldemort, but didn't get it. So instead, he decided to steal $20 million from fucking Medicaid for
Yeah,
Florida.
right.
Rick Scott is where Voldemort's nose went to.
Oh, hey, who was the third lover in this scenario? I forget. Like, who was it?
It was Todd Chrisley from Chrisley Knows.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that dude, and like, he goes, he'd be asking someone to put their wang in his belly button. Like, he
It's fine. The quote unquote wife is just in the next room, calculating how much money they're making.
right.
Yeah, he's talking about how much money they're making. Savannah's out there that's spending the money, and so is his dumbass son. Yes, I watched your show. It was
I kind
entertaining
of
for a
forget
bit.
he has a son sometimes because they're both at the same equal level of gay. That if you don't see them, like if you don't see them visually and you just look from the back, you could confuse the two if they're not talking. He's pretty much made a clone.
Honestly, all of them were kind of gay, and like fucking Todd Chrisley's wife and shit looks like the wife of Michael Jackson, who was supposed to pretend that they had these kids.
Wait. Oh yeah. What
Hey, what is Blanket up to?
Yeah, I was gonna say what the
I
hell.
was like, we haven't talked about his kids in forever.
Right. But anyway. Moving on from that. Hey, again, oh, Doug, this is a waste of time. We could talk about how the negative impacts, but those negative impacts on the big, beautiful bitch bill have been done to death. The only thing that
It's gonna be done to death,
is-
and they planned it out so like after midterms, that right after Democrats, if they still have elections, because in the big beautiful bill,
Florida
they're
already
gonna
canceled one set.
Wait, what?
yeah.
Florida already canceled a set of elections, so we're kind of waiting to see if other states are trying to pull the same.
Yeah, because it allows it in this big, beautiful bill. And it's obviously like either Trump's going to fucking do this and there's going to be proof. If Trump's still alive, because I still say it only gets a 2-year timeline before he's out of here. But
He's basically stalling what are the effects that are going to happen for a year. Because what he's going to do is he's going to do all of what he's doing, get everything through, and in the immediate part, he's going to go, see, nothing broke, everything's fine, because it's in process of breaking. So that next year, when it's broken, he could be like, well, that's not my fault. It was fine when I put it in there. And then they're going to try and still do elections. But if they're going to fail at it, then they'll just go, no, we're going to, there's corruption going on, so we're just going to do elections next year. And that's how they're going to try and maintain power.
yeah, and they'll say it's the Democrats' fault. But it's like, but the Democrats don't control anything.
It's like Democrats have no power now. And that's the problem that they have, is they're so quick to blame Democrats for everything that when eventually the Democrats aren't in anything, you're only going to be blaming Republicans because that's what's happening now.
Yeah, it's true, and it's not just that. We are feeling the immediate effects. The value of the dollar took a fucking nosedive.
Oh, yeah. I had heard that on the news that we're kind of at the lowest we've ever been since almost close to the recession times for what our cost is out of the country.
Plus, inflation's going up again.
Yeah.
Inflation's going up. If Iran still close that port of commute, gas prices are going to go up. But yet, Fox News still finds a way to blame Biden and somehow Obama. Obama, who's not been in office for like over 8 years. It's still somehow his fault.
Because we haven't hit the point that Rupert Murdoch's lost money for something because of Trump. The moment that hits, the whole network will turn.
Yeah.
If there's something he loses money from that's the cause of Trump, there will be whiplash. It will happen so fast. That's all it would take.
My thing is, how is these old people still alive? How is Rupert Murdoch still alive? How is Mitch McConnell still alive?
The Dragon Balls.
Lazarus Pit.
Dragon Balls. A combination of the Lazarus Pit and Dragon Balls. That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
They throw them in the Lazarus Pit and then just add the Dragon Balls in one by one.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking, and they don't drown, which is more than I can say for the 52 people that have died so far. Look, this isn't a knock. This isn't a knock on those who actually died in the floods. My heart goes out to them. Except that, and even Gabe, he was talking about how his internet's all over the place. I pray that he's okay. He said he is. He texted me that he's fine, but he said he probably wouldn't be able to make it today. Which again, my heart goes out to anyone that's affected, except for those who laughed at the people who lost their lives during the LA wildfires.
Yeah.
If any of those people died in the flooding, I will not give a shit, because you cannot laugh at one and then no, not them to the other. No, not us. No. Because like the wildfires, that. And you cannot say, it's probably a system error. No, like the wildfires, no system in place can be prepared for that. Or maybe it's just that God hates you. I'm pretty sure it's
it's nature. You can't pre-plan nature aggressively. Mm-hmm. It's gonna change just because it can.
Yeah, but it's like, the thing is, like, you can't talk about how much cuts for the people who are predicting that was going to happen. They could have gave warnings out. Or how much that... Look, it took what? The floods happened, it was like, 3 days before even Trump was agreed to declare this as a disaster so that Texas can get federal aid because they wanted all their money to go to Alcatraz. Like, this is going to happen to a lot of people.
All this stems from originally cutting off all the funding. Well, not all of it, because we still have some. But to the weather agencies. Because, I mean, technically, anybody could have just pre-prepared for it. But right now, information is splotchy. Because even over here where I'm at, there have been blatant days where it's like, yeah, it's sunny. It's everything. You can look at the radar. Radar says nothing's there. Thunderstorm over us. Just shows up. And it's like, there's no way this thunderstorm just formed in 10 minutes, so it was clearly moving from somewhere. Mm-hmm. But the radar didn't show. Probably because they don't have budget to update.
No. And so what
moment in terms of weather, we're never sure if anything's even remotely accurate.
And on top of all of that, if any of those fucking idiots who are, accept FEMA's aid, oh my God, I'm going to call them out.
They're trying. They're trying so hard. Considering Sarah Huckabee Sanders has been trying for the past 6 months.
Right? And they're going to get
fighting for that FEMA hard.
They're going to get more tornadoes. When we get more hurricanes in Florida, that's going to put it even more underwater, which is already sinking. It's going to be horrible.
The American Venice.
Mm-hmm. It will be Venice.
And yet, no one's going to care because, we're feeling stuff. And then it's going to be Trump's going to be moving around for a couple of days deciding whether or not to give aid. Kind of like with Bush Katrina, when people are going to be there. And
he'll eventually give Florida aid because eventually Mar-a-Lago is going to start getting drowned.
Yeah.
He'll eventually give them aid. But the insurance companies who are private entities, they're already leaving out of droves. So who's going to be there to pay to repair it? When you're having your ice station take away all these contractor works and people are too afraid to go there, who's going to rebuild this shit? I don't see white people joining up to rebuild it. I see them join up to be contractors to exploit other people to build it.
Well, yeah, because they're lazy. A lot of white people are lazy. It's just a thing.
Well, they're lazy, but they said that's why all black people are lazy.
funny that black people are lazy, but yet we keep having civilizations. We don't have to go steal civilizations, but you know.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just the flood, and then there's the the 27 girls. I don't mean a lot. Look, they say they're missing, okay, but I'm gonna take a joke. I'm gonna take a jab at them because it was these girls. They're in a it was a Christian camp. Or, yeah, it's a Christian summer camp, and they're still
Yeah.
missing.
It's an elite, rich high with summer camp.
Yeah, I know, but the the Christian priest snatched them up for touchy time. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
No, I wouldn't say that because they're girls.
Well, yeah, that does kind of create a loophole.
Well, not if they like they're strap-ons.
I was like, what? What? They're sending them to the nuns, being like, these aren't our taste. You have them.
But the issue is like I know these are old camps because I think this camp was like 1926 or whatever when it was first made. They literally don't really improve anything because they believe in like culture and like history.
What?
But it's like you're at the bottom near a riverbank that floods all the time.
Well,
Like,
to be fair, it is the church, and the church is one of the biggest rackets in the world, if not the biggest racket in the world. It's just a thing, and they're just like they're citing culture and history as a way of like just getting all of the money and doing nothing.
Yeah.
oh yeah, so you don't have Joel Osteen out there closing his doors like I have to protect my mega church.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ, mega churches. Fuck them.
I'm like, mega church, if you're not giving your money to me, you're not proving that you love Jesus, who we decided does not care about poor people or nothing. If our Jesus is a fucking gun-toting, hating any illegals out here, even though he's the most illegal person born on this planet without papers.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that,
Somehow also being Middle Eastern, but white, but with the best finger wave press ever for curls and hair.
Mm.
I don't know how he achieved it so well with his culture. That's Jesus.
Yeah, and Mary did not. And to be fair, Mary did not consent.
No.
Nope.
Oh, but then you also have them all like, hey, yes, we're the end time. Let's make more fucking strife. World War III, bring it on.
Yeah, that's no matter who wants to be like, I'm 100% in the Bible and everything's going. That's my big thing. Is like, even if you're in that, why are you speeding up Revelations? Revelations has its own time clock. It does not need your assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Don't run in there being like, oh, this is supposed to happen, so we're going to do it. No, sit down. Let it happen. Don't think you are the happening. You are not in the book. It does not say Dave pushed the nuclear button in the book. Sit down.
Sit down. It's like, all these people gotta die. Well, that's fine because I'll get raptured. Okay, let's play devil advocate. What if you don't? Well, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Well, that's what you're cheering for.
Well, and even that, when you think about the story itself, it's like, okay, all those who are worthy will be raptured. Everybody who's not, you're still going to be here. So, if there's a chance you think you might not be raptured, just a little bit, just tiny bit, why the fuck would you set up a nuclear world? So if you by chance did get snatched up to leave, now you got to be here, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you think to make the place hospitable if you by chance got stuck here? Just a thought.
Well, to be fair, Captain, like most parents hate their children, so they want their children to suffer out of spite.
Yeah, they probably told them do what they want, and then they went and followed the teachings and were like, bye, bitch, the moment the raps happened.
Exactly.
But my thing is, if you think you're the martyr, you think you have hero syndrome. If you got blown up from a bomb, wouldn't dozens of people die? Wouldn't they all also be martyred? Or somehow you're 1 in 1,000 was right for martyr, so why did you win the lottery?
They'll probably just say, oh yeah, those were my apostles that didn't know they were involved in my teachings.
Mm-hmm.
They are united with me now.
Yeah, you have no idea how gullible people can be. Or not just gullible, but like how easily swayed they can be because they don't want to stare their problems in the face.
Yeah. The need to unite at a certain point starts nagging at you. If you start feeling like you're on the outskirts too long, eventually you'll start being like, well, I guess that's not so bad. That's okay. And you'll just start slowly sliding to their side.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I get it, like especially in small town, it's easy to put be isolated and put peer pressure into your thinking. But yet, in the same vein, small towns is full of gossip where you always talk shit about your neighbors not knowing shit.
Oh, yeah.
And yet you perform for them that they know shit.
Yeah. I'm in a small town. That is the thing. There are literal days where I go out of my way to not be noticed just so people don't even know I'm in town. So, because I admit I do have a bad habit of pretending like I'm not here. So, it's fairly easy since for the most part I'm an introvert, so most people don't see me anyway. They just hear rumor that I was at a place.
I mean, I would take that as like, yeah, I think I saw a sign in here at the old fucking cake shop. Like, cool. That's all they're talking about me? Sweet. I would take that. I would take that action.
Nope, that's the dream for me. Because, and unfortunately, when people care too much where I'm at, it starts becoming a, hey, I need you to do me a favor every 10 minutes. Because there's something that they think I can do for them that they don't want to do, so I just start getting bugged about it. So I've just basically been pulling a Sue Storm sometimes and just get hit up and it's just like, nope, not even here.
And somehow they're really good at pushing your buttons at like manipulating you. And it's like, where the fuck did you learn this shit from?
It is. It's some people. It took me a while to realize it. I'll admit. There's some people that was like a year or two, and then I start thinking about actions. It's like, wait a minute, I don't have to fucking do this. So, but some people, it's subtle in the way they do it because they'll talk to you, and what they're saying makes sense. You somewhat agree, and then you don't think about it. If it's something that doesn't affect your life terribly at that time, you're still just kind of like, oh yeah. It's not until something significant hits you that you start aligning all your thoughts together. And it's not even a like, it only affects me if it happens to me thing. It's just literally an event has to be big enough for you to address facts that you thought you already knew. Once that happens, a person will question something. Because it's the same thing with policies now. All these people that voted for Trump, they're all like, this is great, this is great. The moment they're like, oh, my cousin lost their job. My brother was on Medicaid and all this. Now, even if it's not hitting them, they're going, oh, okay, you're worth it. So suddenly now their mindset changes. But until that happened, anybody else they didn't know that's saying the exact same stuff, their brother has lost their job stuff, they didn't care. Because they couldn't fathom it.
Yeah, silos and everything. Yeah. Did you guys ever watch that show, Playing House? It had Michael Keegan Key in it, and also it has the guy Gabe from The Office in it. It was pretty funny. It's 3 seasons, small town. It's pretty funny. It was on USA back when they were doing that USA We Got the Characters thing.
Because okay. I think I remember it back then. I don't think I fully watched it though. There was a time I was very heavy into USA, more when I was younger, because that was back when they had the whole USA High show thing.
They had like Burn Notice and all this other stuff, and they had Psych on.
Yeah. There was a whole they used to have like a good run out where you could just sit there and go through a ton of shows.
And they started to get some Law and Order SVU reruns. So yeah, you can spend some time on USA.
Yeah.
But that's a good show. If anyone want to watch it off on there, I think you can get it off Amazon or whatever. But it's like 3 seasons. It's pretty funny. It also has Max Mom from Always Sunny in Philadelphia in it.
Huh. Okay.
It has a lot of good big star cast. You'd be surprised that's on it. Has Pimento from Brooklyn Nine-Nine in it. It has a lot of good casts. It's a pretty good show. Those of you who want to watch it, it's called Plain House. 3 seasons. It's kind of enjoyable.
Okay.
Fair enough. It's just, but all these ice raids too. I mean, like,
Oh, and they just got like what they're up now to like $90 billion. But people are like, okay, that's Trump's private paramilitary. But also people were saying like, honestly, that money might not last because if the course holds up and people keep suing these ICE raid people who are not ICE, they're basically paramilitary militia groups that are being contracted out. And they have to pay out these settlements. That money's going to go down the hole, and that'll be funny because honestly, Chrissy Nolan went through her whole fucking budget in like less than 6 months.
Yeah, maybe she shouldn't have costume changed every 10 minutes.
Yeah, she's like this Barbie, and I saw a picture of her before she had the plastic surgery. Don't get me started with these bitches who get these plastic surgery to later look
all
like these
evolve into the same face.
They all look way worse. Lauren Sanchez, who used to look hot. She used to be a bangable MILF. I don't know what the fuck she is right now.
Yeah, Laura Loomer alone. That face. The original face, and then you look at whatever that is currently. The succubus would not let her near them. It is just, ugh.
It's horrible. Yeah, like, honestly, her original face wasn't that bad. I can see her getting a nose job, but that's it. But the cheeks and everything else made it look worse. She looks like Jigsaw. She looks like the bride of Jigsaw.
She tried to steal Angelina's lips. Angelina's lips don't work on everybody. We already learned that with Megan Fox. You can't just take things that look good on other people and be like, I can rock that. No, you can't.
No, it's called bone structure and everything. And, like, there's just so many of them that all go for that look. And it's just kind of horrible. And they're all here and there. Like, I saw an original picture of that bimbo bitch press director, Caroline Levitt.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, you just now seen her, you wouldn't have think she's changed. And then you look at old photos of her, and you're like, that ain't the same bitch.
They ain't the same picture. Just also like Sophie Cunningham. If anyone watches WNBA, who's at Indiana on the Indiana Fever, she kind of looks hot, but not. If you look at her original picture, no. Her original picture is just like typical softball player from fucking Minnesota.
It's something weird, and awkwardly enough, it is more on the right. Because on the left, it's like, okay, you're getting older, so you just buy better clothes. So you just
buy better clothes, or they might do Ozempic and lose weight, which I'll point that out. But they don't drastically change their whole face.
Yeah, you don't suddenly have a new congressman like Clayface was representing you. Like,
I mean, you also got Caitlyn Jenner out there on the right, trans for some reason.
Are they still claiming her? Because I hadn't heard any whispers. I thought they like banished her.
I don't think they claim her, but she still hasn't got the memo.
Okay. Because that's what I was like. It's just like, because in the beginning, way back, it was like, okay, yeah, you're in there. You're talking to him. But this presidency, I ain't heard shit.
No, because they kind of got behind that Riley Gaines movement, and they realized like we can't have Caitlyn Jenner out here while we're also behind Riley Jane, and you have Charlie, not Charlie Kirk, Charlie Marto, who's out there on Gutfeld. And I thought she used to be hot at ESPN. Used to listen to the podcast, fucking liar. Just like I used to listen to the Will Kane podcast and agree with his points until he got to Fox Morning on Saturdays. Fucking chameleons, bro.
Sadly, it's us living long enough to see people switching sides. Cause it's like,
and don't get me started on John Fetterman, that fucking cinnamon mansion ass.
Oh, Fetterman. I don't think... I'm quite sure there is some way for your constituents to be like, get him the fuck out of there. I don't know the proper procedure, but I'm quite sure there's a way that his citizens could be like, no, we don't like him. Get him out. Be gone.
I It's like, honestly, I don't want to wish this on anyone, but I'm like, can he get a second stroke or something? I mean, this bitch is out here. Oh my god, this big beautiful bill. Oh, why does it take you so long? I'm supposed to be on the beach on a family trip. Shut the fuck up.
Well, see, even my question in that is, after the stroke, they all admit that, okay, it possibly did a whole personality shift on him. Okay. So how does he still get to keep his seat if he is shifted from the person he was elected to be? How do you still... Because we had enough issues with Dianne Feinstein, who did not know where the fuck she was most of the time, and was still there. Fetterman is now a new person mentally, and he still gets to keep his seat?
I think there should be a law where it's like, yeah, we have normal term limits, but if you get below a certain approval rating on enough different polls, that automatically triggers a fucking special election, and you got to defend your seat. That's it, right? Because
I'm not even sure what the official terms to trigger a special election, because I know they vary state to state somewhat, but I don't know what like the terms are because they could trigger technically a special election even without moving, like formally kicking him out the spot, but I don't remember what the terms are.
Well, for California, we had a recall.
Okay.
We had a recall election for when we had Gray Davis and Schwarzenegger. And the sad thing is, like, I didn't like Gray Davis. I didn't really like Schwarzenegger at first for the Republican shit. But I'm like, that wasn't that bad, thinking about the totality of it. But this other shit, and like, I'm just so mad at, I'm not sure which one I'm more mad at, either Manchin, Cinema, or Fetterman. Fetterman, he's annoying, but he hasn't done that much damage so far. Manchin sunk some shit. Cinema, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm misogynist, but I really hate that bitch.
I'm torn between Manchin and Cinema simply because Manchin's been pretty upfront about how shitty he is. So it's like it's not hard to be like, yeah, he was going to do that. Cinema, though, Cinema specifically acted like she was progressive, then moved away from progressive to try and act like she's central Democrat. And then now she's floating being like, I'm independent, but I'm secretly Republican, but doesn't want to fully side over there with Republicans because she'd still like to win some stuff. So
right.
She's not even in an actual real spot. She's just moving based on people's opinions. At least Manchin is holding his ground, as shitty as it is.
And it's like, I put Cinema up there, honestly, with Tulsi Gabbard, too.
Yeah, although Tulsi, I guess, right now, she's probably going through a revival because, you know, Trump's kind of calling her a liar. And I doubt she's excited about it.
He called her a liar, and she was kind of, like, the only thing I respected for her was that she had that strong stance with no new long wars. Even though she was out there hanging out with the boy Assad in Syria and Putin in Russia, we knew that. But I could still be like, respect you because she had this stance. And then when the Iran shit was popping up, she was still holding her stance. So I was still kind of respecting her. Plus, she's kind of bangable. But then when she fucking flip-flopped after Trump bombed Iran, like, bro, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah, it was already a big hurt for me when it was like, damn it. I agree with MTG about the no wars.
Right. I agree with MTG.
What's that?
MTG, Candace Owens.
No, now I got to stand over here with Candace Owens. No.
Candace Owens, and worse, Tucker fucking Carlson.
It's like the worst people you ever knew are making the Super Friends. And you're like, can I be the Legion of Doom? Can I?
Right? It's like I'm on the side of Hitchcock and Scully. Like, what the hell?
It's just so weird.
It is, especially when Carlson grilled the fuck out of Ted Cruz that one time.
I will admit that is the one time I technically clapped for Tucker.
I was clapping. I watched that shit.
My ass off at Ted having so much trouble.
I watched that shit 100 times, and I'm just like, get him, girl. Get him.
Like, yeah, I may not like Tucker. I like Ted even less.
But you know what?
Watch anyone tear into Ted.
But you know what? That's what also like frustrates me. Like when I agree with Tucker Carlson or fucking worse, Piers Morgan, and I
Oh,
realize like you are
oh,
this smart. We know you were this smart, so you were literally doing this other shit, knowing you were wrong for a paycheck. And I think that's what pisses off the most. And it's
yeah.
like these other people are idiots. They're just hateful idiots. We know you know better because you show these moments where we know you can be better.
Stephen A. Smith.
Oh my God,
Yeah. Yeah, that alone. I,
Stephen!
I
No,
just
no.
I can't do it most of the time.
The worst is that I like Chris Cuomo when he was before Don Lemon, before the whole COVID shutdown, and his brother got in that scandal. I was liking Chris Cuomo shit. Chris Cuomo on News Nation with Stephen A. Smith. I don't know
It's
how these became the two worst favorite people I've ever hated in my life.
it's just the whole dynamic of where everything was is just so shifted. It is wild.
It's so shitty. And Stephen A. Smith keeps doing it both sides shit. And you know why? The worst is that he got that poll that shows he's 3% eligible to become president. And all of a sudden, he's doing all these political interviews. He's on The View. He's on this other shit. He
Yeah.
was saying he fucking defended Christy Nome when Alex Padilla got fucking handcuffed on this shit. It's like, this is what we're doing. You're a grown senator. You can't wait for this lady to fucking finish. Bitch, you didn't let fucking Max Kellerman finish because Ocho Cinco said that Max Kellerman was blacker than you. You went on this whole anti-black fucking shit.
With that being
I,
oh, go ahead.
uh,
Jason.
no, I was just like, I'm just over them in general because it's just gotten ridiculous.
It got so ridiculous, and I'm just like, bitch, Stephen A. Smith, you don't deserve Molly. Give Molly to me. I will make Molly happy.
With that being said, we're coming close to time. Thank you for tuning in to Demo Crazy. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can view us, or you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Amazon Music. You all take care. Later on. Oop. Okay, so I'll kick you guys out.